Hello, I'm Sian May. I'm Director of Senior Schools at Dulwich College International. I think in senior school the Dulwich difference is our ability to be responsive and relational to our students. That's the cornerstone of everything else we build on. The Dulwich difference can sit in any environment, whether that's online or offline or blended. I believe those values are going to carry us through. I think holistic learning for us has been made possible by our strong relationships that we already have with our community and with our students individually. And for me, that's the key of a holistic education, is knowing and hearing each child and knowing what they need from you. So having essential agreements around how that child receives feedback, how they learn best, having check-ins with that child and just tracking their progress as an individual person. The core of that is understanding what your child's ambitions are, understanding what their passions and drivers are, understanding the moments where they need you to encourage them because motivation is short that day or they're tired, and actually connecting with each other in a way that's actually quite meaningful but happening in real time and very responsive. In our online environment, what we've seen is the notion of a flipped classroom. So students have had the materials, they've had the lectures, they've had pre-recorded videos from their teachers, and they've been able to process the information and then arrive at the class flipped. So the traditional content has already happened. So a student should have already thought about it should have raised questions, and they arrive for a seminar, and they arrive looking for a Q&A, they arrive looking for feedback. And then the role of the teacher or the educator there is to look at the misconceptions of the student group, or to look at how they modify those ideas and even improve them. So actually it's a really great way to host learning online, and actually it's a most effective way offline too. The move online actually has enhanced the Dulwich difference. In terms of our students come first, every single decision, whether it's lesson design, whether it's the concepts we're selecting, whether it's the variety of interaction with your teacher and your peers, it's all informed by students come first. So we've had lots of student surveys, which schools have been incredibly responsive to, and students have given us lots of creative ideas to enhance our own practice. So the feedback loop has been mutual. We've definitely had a community between our educators and our students. It also means students take ownership. So actually they become self-directed. And of course, one of our primary objectives in senior school is to get them to a point where they can command any room, where they can go into a seminar at university, a business meeting, and they can take hold of that process for themselves. I think the power of the one family of schools is that we can leverage effective practice, and that we have a huge community to draw on in terms of the expertise of our parents and the expertise of our students as learners. Every time I look at the boards, they're really alive online. People are sharing lessons, people are sharing what worked, what didn't. So we're sharing all those recommendations across the group all of the time in real time. Part of the Dulwich difference in senior school is that we can switch the core of what we do that we know is effective practice, and we can take that offline or online. I absolutely think online has pushed our creativity in terms of us being an educational partnership with our students and our parents. I think it's pushed us to actually think beyond the limits of the traditional classroom, the physical space, to think about how each of our brains work individually, how we curate plans that are much more specific to each of us. It's guiding the preferences and passions of each individual so that they can fulfill their potential.